What's up everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video, we wrap up the audio system install on the 1993 GMC Jimmy. If you haven't seen the last couple episodes, I put the links in the description box below. Before we get started, let's do a quick recap. The first video focused on installing a custom double-din head unit, so now we have Apple CarPlay, hands-free telephone, and a bunch of modern features, which is really nice. The second video involved installing the door speakers. Now, because the Jimmy only had rear door speakers from the factory, there was a bunch of fabrication that needed to be done, and it turned out really, really good. A big shout out to my friend Ben at Extraordinary Audio Winston, Salem for just the phenomenal work that he's done on the Jimmys so far. Now, we just gotta wrap up everything in the trunk. This video is brought to you guys by NextBase and their 522 GW dash cam. I've had this thing in the Jimmy for a while and it's a pretty slick little thing. There's a lot of really cool features packed in, of course, full HD recording, a wide angle lens, even SOS emergency contact services. I recently picked up one of their cabin view cameras as well, so a little bit later in the video we'll dive more into the camera and talk about all of its features, and we'll get all of this new setup in place and check it out. Towards the end of the first video, Ben started to mount the amplifiers, and this is the final result of that. The goal with this build was to try to make everything look as factory as possible. If GM had this type of technology available back in 1993, we would hope that it would look something like this. There's no template for everything that Ben has done up to this point. A lot of it is trial and error, a lot of it relies on just pure experience, and I'm amazed at how it's turned out so far. In the video I made a while back introducing all of the equipment that was going in this thing, I mentioned that I was going to be running a secondary battery. This is so the audio system has extra reserve to power the amplifiers and all of that good stuff. So I think we figured out a good placement for all the crossovers. There's 6 crossovers in total, 1 for each component set that's in the front and rear doors. We're gonna put them right above the battery and mount them along that piece of metal right below the glass. Now, Ben went ahead and made a mounting bracket out of wood, wrapped it in carpet, and all of these are gonna fit here, but clearly there's a lot of crossovers and not quite enough space to put them side by side. So we're going to put them back to back and mount them across like so.
Let's sit somewhere. One right there, right there, right there. Left front tweeter, left mid.
With all that hooked up, it's time to start routing these wires. We've got a bunch here that needs to go underneath that tread plate. They're gonna all come out over to the left and into the bottom amplifier.
4 and a 1s and a 2s.
Now it's time to start running some power to that rear mounted battery. So we got a hole drilled in the firewall there with the rubber grommet to keep everything nice and protected. Ben is working on connecting the fuse and everything up front, and then we'll just run all this through the interior. So here's something that's pretty cool. Instead of just stacking all of the power and ground cables on top of each other on the individual battery posts, they actually make these metal like adapter brackets, so you can see you can bolt in 4 wires per side, and it just keeps everything spaced out and organized. Once again, a special thanks to Nextbase for their willingness in supporting the channel. The 522GW is actually my first dash cam. It's been awesome. There's a lot of really cool features. There's also a lot of dash cam manufacturers out there nowadays, so if you've never had one of these things, choosing one for the first time can seem like a pretty daunting task. What I really like about Nextbase is that they have quite a wide range of dash cams available for pretty much anybody's budget. The 522GW is their top-of-the-line camera, and it typically retails for around $260. It has things like Amazon Alexa connectivity, so with that, you can control the camera with voice commands, so you don't have to mess with it when going down the road. Also, if you are in an accident, it can actually alert the emergency services to your location and pass on vital information. There's also this motion detector thing, so if it's off and you're parked and the camera detects motion, if somebody breaks your glass or tries to get in the vehicle in some way, shape, or form, it'll automatically start recording. The camera is very easy to install. It comes with 2 different mounts, depending on if you want it more mobile or in a more permanent location. There's also a quick release port on the front of the camera that has a magnet built in that makes it really easy to locate the port when you're putting it up in the windshield. The cabin view camera is compatible with a handful of Nextbase cameras. It simply plugs into the side of the main camera and records a separate cabin view video. So you not only have a wide angle view up front, but the back as well, which should be really nice for people who do rideshare, but if anything happens to your vehicle from the sides or the back, you got a shot of it. What's also pretty cool is that the camera not only records video, but also telemetry data. So if you go through the My Nextbase app and go into previous filmed clips, you can see where you were traveling on the road, how fast you were going, all sorts of stuff. If you'd like to check out the Nextbase line of dash cams for yourself, I'll put a link in the description box below. Also, don't forget to take advantage of their holiday specials while they last. Thank you guys so much once again for all of your support. Now let's get back to the video. Alright guys, so I've had a lot of stuff to do lately, so I decided to take a break from filming on the Jimmy and just kind of let Ben collect his thoughts and figure out a game plan for finishing out the trunk. I'm back here taking a look at this for the first time, and my gosh, is it coming along fantastic. Take a look at this. Once everything is all put back together, you won't see any part of the audio system here except for the sub. So the box is obviously sitting right in the middle, and Ben built these little filler panels to tie into the side panels. The side panels are going to be wrapped in vinyl. This lower portion of the floor is going to be wrapped in carpet, and that carpet is going to carry up over the box. This is going to truly look like a show vehicle when it's all said and done. The attention to detail is just fantastic. He's got to make one more filler panel here, take care of some gaps back there. Basically at this point, it's just a lot of fine details as we move towards final assembly. Got everything pulled out of the back. It's time to start wrapping all of these pieces. First things first, the floor panel. It's really starting to come together now. Got the box in. Now Ben's gonna start working on the side panels.
Oh, it's so hard to get this lined up.
The trunk's almost completely trimmed in. The right side panel is in place. The only thing left to do now is to wrap the little filler inserts. So once it's all done, there will be no gap. Everything's gonna flow together. It looks awesome. Sweet.
Almost like I planned it to be that way.
Dude, that looks so good. All right, guys, the time is finally here to show you the finished product. I am blown away by how awesome this turned out. Ben is so talented. Got those two 6.5s and the two tweeters and the doors. Looking like factory. He even installed a bass knob in the little tray underneath the dash. You can barely see it. It's very stealthy. Check out the back again real quick. Gosh, I just love those door panels. And how he was able to match them back here. So cool. Of course, back here, everything is trimmed to pretty much flow with each other. All the side panels, the inserts, the box. Trying to keep that angular theme that he was going for up front. The box is all wrapped in carpet. We have a new floor panel right here just to cover up some of the factory hooks and make everything look nice and pretty. Wow. I was trying to figure out how I was going to give you guys an audio demo because of YouTube's strict copyright policy, but turns out they have a pretty expansive library of like royalty-free music, so we're gonna give some of that a try. This is just awesome. I'm so thankful to have had this experience. I've never had a system built in a vehicle to this degree before. And so it's amazing to see the possibilities and what goes into car audio builds and installation. It's a lot. You really have to be multi-talented. You gotta be an electrician, a mechanic, a carpenter, just so many things to be able to pull off something this intricate. And, you know, really the sky's the limit as far as, you know, what you want and how much you're willing to spend. But I'm very thankful for this experience. A big shout out to Ben at Extraordinary Audio Winston, Salem for not only the incredible job in giving the Jimmy a one-off sound system, but allowing me to film this little mini series for you guys, because I learned a lot. You know, any day you can learn something new is a good day in my book. So anyway, big thanks. His link and contact info is in the description box below. I've also got to hand it to Second Skin and their fantastic sound deadening products. I've put a lot of stuff into this thing, across the floorboards, in the doors, just all sorts of places. I probably could have gone even more. I didn't do anything in the roof, and there's some trim pieces here and there that I can reinforce some more, but I am very, very happy. Just from a stock baseline, this thing feels and sounds so much more solid, but now that the audio system is in, it doesn't shake, rattle, and roll near as much as I thought it would. I'm very, very impressed. There's just one more thing that needs to be done. Ben is going to be making some Preston custom speaker grills for the front and the rear doors. He just hasn't had a chance yet, and I wanted to go ahead and get this video out for you guys. That's why there's a little bit of a lip right here, but he's going to build a jig to where he can make this. It's going to look really good. Stay tuned to my Instagram page and other social media platforms, and I'll keep you guys up to date on that progress. Well guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed the little mini series on installing custom audio system in the Jimmy. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so, because there's a lot more content where that came from. Also, if you do, hit that little notification bell so you can get properly notified of all of the new uploads. Also, don't forget to leave a like below. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.